joining me today. So this video is all about shoulder, rib cage, and spine, mid-back specifically, spinal mobility. Those three things kind of go hand in hand. So many of my clients suffer with shoulder issues, tight mid-back, upper back. And so the strength and mobility element needs to come together for those areas, and hopefully this little routine is going to help. So we're going to start just by locking out your arms, making a fist. Don't squeeze too hard. Stand nice and tall with your feet parallel. And we just want to get your shoulder blades moving around your rib cage. We want to end up making a circular motion. So I'm going to go slow, and we want to hit all of these targets. So you're going to push your arms further forwards. That is shoulder blade protraction. Your shoulder blades should separate away from your spine. We're going to elevate your shoulder blades. You should feel your shoulders coming up towards your ears. Now, with your elbows staying straight, you're going to draw your arms back so that your shoulder blades come towards your spine. That's retraction, and then we're going to relax those shoulders down, coming back to where we began. So I hope you can start to feel as we hit those 4 targets: protraction, forwards, up, elevation, back, retraction, down, depression, that is actually making a circular motion of your shoulder blades, hopefully moving smoothly around your rib cage, mid-back area. If you need to go slow, please do. Making sure that you find your fullest range of motion in this circular fashion. Keep your spine nice and long. And then when you're ready, we're going to go the other way. So we're going to start in neutral, where we're not doing anything, and you're going to draw your scapula towards your spine. You're going to relax them down, press forwards, lift up. Come towards your spine and down, press forwards and lift. So again, just refine that circular motion, noticing if you're wanting to bend your elbows. You are trying to absolutely not do that, so that otherwise we don't quite hit the retraction. Okay, so make sure you've done both directions. Shoulder blades up, reaching forwards towards your spine, up, reach away. And by now you might be feeling your shoulders have worked quite a bit. Relax your arms. We're going to do this one arm at a time, going into shoulder extension. So you're taking your arm, whichever arm, as far back as you can, but you're going to make sure that your shoulder stays away from your ear. So if you need to use your other arm to help you, please do. And behind you, with a really locked elbow, feeling your tricep kicking in, you're going to make a circular motion again. Keep your eye gaze straight ahead. And I want this to feel like you're potentially, I don't want you to hold a weight, but I want it to feel like you are in fact holding a weight, because your tricep is so locked in and you're really feeling it with the circular motion behind you. Don't let your arm come in front of you. Keeping your shoulder away from your ear. Shouldn't see any lifting of that shoulder. Go the other way. And you want to find your biggest range of motion. So how high can you lift your arm up in the circle without your shoulder lifting? And how locked out can you get your elbow that you really feel the muscular effort of your tricep? Let's do the other arm when you're ready. So take your arm as far back as you can, where your elbow is locked and your tricep is switched on. So you really feel that muscle at the back of the arm. And then start to make that big circular motion, finding your full range of motion. Notice if one side's harder than the other. And remember, you're trying to not let your shoulder lift to your ear. So sometimes handy to have hands-on feedback, using your own hand to keep that shoulder down. Go the other way when you're ready. Try not to let the arm come in front of you, because we want to keep that arm or the shoulder in extension. Soon we'll be doing this in flexion. So strengthening and mobilizing at the same time, end range, and then relax that arm. So we're going back to the first arm. And you're going to lift that arm up towards your ear. Now we have to make sure that we don't cheat this, because some people will do this, stick their ribs forwards to help them get their arm up. So you've got to keep your ribs back. So I'm going to use feedback here, holding my ribs back. Where is my arm straight? And make sure that your shoulder does not come up to your ear. And over here, we're going to do a circular motion. Focus on the back part of the circle, because that is the effortful part. And this action, this action is going to happen when you're lying on your front, which is going to be so much harder. So push that arm behind you without your ribs pushing forwards into your hand. Go the other way. So find your biggest range of motion without the arm moving lower down. So we want to keep that arm raised up and close to your ear, little away from your ear, and push that arm back. Focus on the arm going back part of the circle. Lower the arm down. Like, that shouldn't feel easy. None of the stuff should feel easy. And if it is, then you're going to have to make a straighter, stronger arm. You're going to have to do a little less cheating. So you got to watch out for those ribs. Don't let them come forwards. And focus, we're switching arms, on the back portion of the circle. Push the arm behind you without your ribs coming forwards. This might take a bit of practice, so always worth returning to any of my videos to re-practice and hopefully notice some improvements. Go the other way when you're ready. It's a really straight arm and you're hopefully behaving with your ribs. Imagine you're standing with a wall behind you, so the back of the ribs move into the back of your t-shirt, and relax your arm down. Okay, so while we're still standing, we're going to make the letters I, Y, T, W while we're in this hinge position. So technically not too challenging because we're still standing, but we're going to be on your front soon. So I need your weight to go back into your heels, into the back of your hips, and then you're going to have thumbs up. So when we lift in an I, it's lifting your arms up in line with your ears. They're only shoulder distance apart. Okay, so you're going to make your I, and then you're going to lower the arms down. Then you're going to make more of a letter Y shape. And again, you're just thinking about your rib cage. Don't let your ribs get shoved forwards. When you make a T, that's fairly easy. Just go shoulder height, palms facing forwards. Make sure that your neck is nice and long, the back of your neck. Lower down. Now, when we make the W shape, this is where we bend your elbows. And so many people tend to stick their elbows up. No, thank you. I want your elbows pressing forwards and your forearms pressing backwards. Here you see both of my arms. And make sure and have a quick look. Elbows ahead of forearms, and then you try and take that shape back a bit. You should be really feeling your shoulders here. So we're going to repeat that. Nice long spine, lift I, straight elbows. Lift Y, straight elbows. Lift T, palms facing forwards. W, we have to bend the elbows. Take a quick peek at where your elbows are. Take the whole shape back and press your elbows forwards more. That's where we feel the work. Let's go again. One more round. I, straight elbows. Weight in your heels, remember. Long spine. This shouldn't be in the neck. If it is, it means you're looking forwards. So put your head on top of your spine. Look just down and just ahead of your feet. T. Take your time on the W because it's usually the tricky one. Elbows forwards, shape back. Oh, there we go. And then have a seat on your mat or floor. And you're going to straighten your left leg and you're going to hold onto your right leg, your right knee. You can clasp your fingers. And we're just going to go for a little bit of rounding the mid back. And inhale, let your ribs glide forwards and sit up as tall as you can, keeping your chin level to the ground. And you're going to let your spine round backwards, really sort of hanging off your leg and your hands. Exhale here. Inhale, come up tall. And we want to go into extension. So really lift your rib cage, chest up without chucking your head back. So that's why I said earlier, chin is level with the floor. Exhale, elbows nice and wide. Really let your rib cage move into the back of your t-shirt. Inhale, hand up tall. Is there any more? Is there any more? You've got your arms to help you to pull yourself forwards and up. One more, and then we'll switch the legs. Exhale and inhale. Lengthen up as tall as you can. And then we'll do the same thing, but just simply switching legs. All right, so when you're ready, make sure your arms are helping you. Exhale, rounding back. Feel like you're really letting your rib cage move into the back of your t-shirt. Your rib cage fills the pockets of your shoulder blades. Inhale and up tall. And if you think there's more, then really try and find it. There's a little bit more. There's always a bit more. Exhale. Inhale. Remember to keep your chin level with the ground and find your extension from your sternum, your breastbone. Exhale from your rib cage, from lifting your rib cage up. Lift your rib cage and use your inhale to find more space. One more time. And then after this, relying on your tummy for the hardest bit of all, which might take a bit of practice. Okay. So when you're ready, lying on your front, and I'd love, you can make fists, or you can just have an open palm, thumbs up. So the thumb side of your hands up to the ceiling. You're going to try and keep your chest and head down or low, because if you lift your chest, that would be your rib cage helping you to do this. And we want the work to be in your shoulder. So we'll go one arm at a time. I'm going to go right arm. You're going to lift your arm up in a T and move it to the Y. And you're going to lift the arm up from your Y shape and bring it back to the T. Now you're trying to lift your arm up as high as you can. Up. Oh, and finding that end range, which was the back of your circle, if you remember, when your arm was up in the air. Lift and down. Now, if you want this to be really challenging and you want a target, take something. I've just got a little weight here. It could be a ball. It could just be something that is the appropriate height for you, and place it on the outside of that arm, and you are trying to not knock it over. So lift as high as you can. It could be a plastic cup. It could be anything at all. If you want to challenge, it could be something smaller like a ball, and you're trying to not touch the ball or not make it roll. Don't let your chest lift. Push the back of your shoulder blade. And if this is challenging, I need you to keep practicing those shoulder circles that we did at the beginning when your arm was up in the air. This is the back part of the circle. Hope you can see how that relates. And one more time, up and over the target. It's helpful to have a target, even if it's a low target. Okay, so we're going to the other side when you're ready. It's the exact same thing that you're trying to do. Lifting the arm, taking it over the target without lifting your head and chest up. I'd love legs together if you can, but not a main focus of this. Push your shoulder up. Make sure your ribs don't feel too heavy on your mat. So little lift of your ribs, lengthening your tailbone. Don't let the head lift and don't let the chest lift. Otherwise, you're getting masses of help. And we really need to work on shoulder mobility and strength. And if you have the tougher side, well, then work on that side a little bit more. And then just sit back on your heels for a second. And we'll finish in a cat stretch. So come onto all fours and focus on that mid-back area. Without your hands actually moving, I want you to feel like they're pulling apart. press your hands to the right and the left, but they don't actually move. Broaden your back as much as possible. So we want to feel like we've got that separation of your shoulder blades away from your spine. And then we're just going to slightly look down and just about see through your legs. Inhale, we're going to relax your shoulder blades to allow your sternum to lift, your breastbone to lift. Exhale, push your little fingers outwards. Broaden your back. Slightly, only slightly looking down. Don't let your head completely hang. Only slightly look down, just about to see through your legs. Relax your shoulder blades. Inhale, allow that sternum to lift. One more time. Pull the mat apart. If your hands are on a mat or whatever surface they're on, pull that surface apart. And then really open that mid-back. Relax your shoulder blades so that you can lift your chest up and sit back. Come off your wrists. Well done. I hope you found that little routine helpful. If there's something you are stuck on and you want to need a little bit of help working on, please just feel free to comment or send me a message. And if you want more of that kind of movement, you're welcome to join any of my online Pilates or strength classes, as I hope you'll really enjoy them. See you soon.